my name is Claude Chiron, and I am the Director of Education and Professional Development for the Conrad Foundation. Today I'm going to be doing a brief overview on using Slack and Trello for team management. This brief video will go through using Slack so that teams can be more effective with communication, using Trello boards for more productive team collaboration and documentation, demo and best practices for using Slack and Trello, and then we'll close the session off with steps on how we can get each individual in the team accountable by using task sheets. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'd like to show you is Slack and how we're using it for the competition right now. So this is a Slack board, and as you can see in the top, no box toolbox, the way it's set up, and just some general practice and rules. General, everyone can see. Random, everyone can see as well. Okay, so these channels are monitored by myself and others so that we can enable to communicate as well as share information and even network. So I'm going to show you one example of how this can happen. So this specific category has individuals that are actually sharing information that would enable a team to get more information on a specific category. In addition, there's other channels such as providing best feedbacks, alumni corner, and so on and so forth. What I'm going to show you today is not necessarily how we use Slack for the communication within No Box Toolbox, but how can we use Slack to so a team can actually communicate. So that's a little different. So using Slack for more effective team communication. So let's go ahead and dive right in there. So I'm going to open up a Slack channel, and very specifically from a team from last year called Clean World. And here's an example of how Slack can be used to better communicate with the team as well as document the archives throughout the year. So I'm going to scroll down so you can see what the actual intent here, and as you can see, there's several members communicating with each other. There's 6 total members, including the coach, and this is now how our teams can actually share notes, share images, collaboration boards, and I'm just going to keep going down, and they can gather and collect all that information. And what's really cool about this is it works with Google, it works with videos, and you're able to share, edit, and even put PDFs such as what from last year's competition. So scrolling down even more, it's a good way to share information and research that the team might tend to lose from time to time. So scrolling a little further, also it's a great way to communicate of when they're going, when a team will be meeting. Also, as you can see here, it's a great way to archive succession in a project. So in real time, you're actually seeing what's happening throughout the year. Here's an example of a mid-report. Okay, some feedback from the mid-report, an ongoing presentation that will build through the year. Okay, being able to answer questions and surveys, and etc. Okay, round 2 submission, and being able to work with task sheets. This team used journals throughout the year, so this is something they were able to share by just taking a picture and uploading. Very effective way to actually share all the information that was accumulated. And then over here you actually see an end user and giving feedback, and you're able to archive that as well. Okay, and then towards the end it gives you a way to hand over a project or continue from the following year. Okay, so this is an example of how Slack can improve communication by providing an opportunity for people to actually gain access in a very effective and a very short period of time. So this is one of many ways Slack can be used. A Trello board for collaboration. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So one of the things that we are sharing via Slack in the community channel, No Box Toolbox, is Trello. And this is a specific Trello board that will enable a team to actually copy this board and use it for their own. So let me show you how that would work. So if you go to Show menu, you can actually copy board, and then you can rename it to the team's name. And now this board, in all intents and purposes, is now the team's board. So the people will not be transferred. So what's really cool about this board, if you see how it's set up, it actually shows you the description and all the specific steps that a team might need. So for example, as we're starting round 2, you can click on round 2 and you can actually see the description of round 2. You can actually add checklists, due dates, attachments that correspond to that specific task. So if I'm looking at a task concept report, let me do a little check here, list of things that need to happen, and then it shows you some of the descriptors. I would like to point out that some of the information is from last year's 2017, 2018, so that would probably need to be updated. However, most of this information should be pretty much identical, other than dates and finalizations of specific venues. As you scroll down from round 2, then you also have a place where you can put the presentation or examples or general resources. And then finally, regardless if you make the summit or not, the hope is that you can continue this project or demonstrate it. And as you can see here, this is a placeholder for that. What's another really cool function about this is that it works directly with Google Drive, Slack, as well as providing a calendar. So you can actually use this to actually provide individuals accountability, so you can actually add members of whoever's on the team, add customized labels to accommodate what the team would like to do. However, this is for you to use at your leisure. And if you have any questions on this, please make sure you ask via the No Box Toolbox Slack community channel. So thank you so much for your time. And I look forward to seeing how these projects turn out this year. Have a great day.